Hi everyone, I'm your good friend Toby. Today we're going to embark on a wonderful musical journey to explore the magical instruments that sing along the Silk Road. Are you ready? Then let's follow the melodies in the wind and set off. Look! This is the legendary Silk Road. It's like a long ribbon connecting Asia, Europe and Africa. Along this route, not only did merchants bring spices, silk and jewels, but there was also something special: music. For thousands of years, musical instruments from various regions were like dancing notes, spreading and blending along the footsteps of caravans on the Silk Road, forming incredibly beautiful musical chapters. Now, let's travel back over 1,000 years to China's Tang Dynasty, a golden age of Chinese culture. The capital, Chang'an, was one of the largest and liveliest cities in the world. Almost like a global concert stage, people from all over Asia, the Middle East, and even Europe came here to share ideas, goods, and performances. Look, doesn't this peeper housed in the Metropolitan Museum of Art resemble a fruit? That's right, a pear! Did you know the peeper was extremely popular along the Silk Road? In the mules of Dunhuang Mogao grottos, there are many beautiful flying apsaras playing the peeper. Listen, doesn't this sound like a spring breeze brushing across a lake, or raindrops tapping on leaves? The sound of the peeper not only spread throughout China, but also travelled westward along the Silk Road to regions like Central Asia and Persia, making people there fall in love with it too. After listening to the peeper, let's hear another magical instrument, the hooting. It sounds like a steed galloping across the grassland, or people singing in the desert. In the markets of Central Asia, whenever a caravan arrived, people would play the hooting and dance warmly to welcome guests from afar. Hey, did you hear that? Another sound has reached our ears. It's the best storytelling instrument on the Silk Road, the flute. Look, it's like a magic wand, yet it can play the songs of birds, the tinkling of rivers, and even the howling wind in the desert. Long ago, shepherds in Central Asia made flutes from reeds and animal bones, playing them while herding sheep, with sounds carrying for miles to yurts. Later, caravans brought these flying notes to China, where clever Chinese people improved them with bamboo, making the sound clearer, as if incorporating the very essence of spring into the melody. Around the world, musical instruments create melodies, and when paired with dance, they give rise to performances, rituals, and the transmission of culture, even becoming a part of diplomacy. When Chinese envoys travelled west along the Silk Road, they would bring musicians and dancers. Imagine entering a foreign court and introducing your culture through a performance without saying a word. How cool is that? And it wasn't one way. When musicians from India, Persia and Central Asia came to China, Chinese music began to upgrade. We learned new instruments like the ruan and the kongho, and even integrated different rhythms and melodies. This is what makes Silk Road music most special. It was both a gift to the world and a sponge absorbing inspiration. But the most amazing thing is that even when the Silk Road was no longer so busy, the shared music didn't disappear. It remained in history and culture and spread worldwide. When you hear the melodious sound of the erhu today, you're actually hearing the echo of the Silk Road. The pipa, hooting, flute, these magical instruments are like tiny envoys carrying the culture and emotions of different regions on their journey along the Silk Road. They bridged language barriers and made people from different countries good friends. Well, today's musical journey ends here. Thank you for joining me on this trip. Now, who wants to hear the sound of a Chinese flute? Enjoy the music. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.